Oh, there we go. And then we see the comments right here, right? On the side. Okay. Yeah, we live. Just gonna wait till some people come on. Web. Get your free snacks. Hi, we got some people coming on. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to episode 2 of Talk with Teezy, Venus versus Mars. I am her co-host, Webster Mingo.
Hi, Shantae. Thanks for joining. And I forgot to tell you, I been got my little clutch from you, my little wallet thing. Well, I don't want to call it a wallet, but the little pocketbook I got it is really nice. I haven't used it yet, but I did get it. Thank you so much for that, Queen. Just gonna wait for a few more people to come on.
How y'all doing? Everybody who's tapped in, I don't know who.
Just waiting. So what you want? Okay. Episode 2, right? The social dilemma. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Hey,
And
everyone.
The crazy world we live in and the craziness that pursues.
Social media.
Social media.
Social media. What can social media?
Social media is the devil.
Social media.
Let's start with that.
Listen, before
it can
we
be.
it
Depending on how
can.
you use it.
It can, depending on how you use it. It definitely can.
But people use it for the devil. The devil uses that for people.
Oh God, we gonna get into it. Shantae said hi to you.
Hi, Shantae.
We gonna get him to behave himself today, Shantae. He thought he was doing something last week.
I'm good.
All right, so like Webb said, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna start as the viewers come on. We'll just keep it pushing. But thank you for tuning in to Talk with Teezy, Venus versus Mars. I am your host Teezy, and this is my co-host Webster, aka Webb. And right, and today we have our episode that we're gonna be talking about is the social dilemma. From far as being in a relationship and how you deal with social media, to even just on a personal level as a female or a male, and how social media can make you feel, or things that you go through, or things that you don't do or put on, or even me and Webb were talking earlier about like putting up videos because people don't like to show themselves and things like that. So we're gonna be talking about the social dilemma, and the issues at hand with that, if there is any. So, do you want to start, Webb? Do you want to start?
Social media is devil, not really, but in a sense, is
Why do you
people use it for? People don't use it for good. People don't use it for good. Nobody uses social media. Who uses? Be honest. Let's be honest, bro. Who uses social media for good? None of us.
I use social media for good. I know some people up here that use social media for good.
But it creeps into you. And it's like, it's so much that can come from it.
Right,
so much that can come from it. It's drop people's self-esteem. It drop people's knowledge sometimes. It just make everything. It make everything difficult.
So what's up, Auntie Emmy? So when you say that. Look, see, she does too. We use it for positive. I mean, I can honestly say,
some people do.
I can honestly say, like back in my days before the growth happened. Look, she said you starting already. Before the growth happened, I could say like I did use social media, not all the time, but I used it to express myself in ways. If somebody says something about me or something to me, then I would be on social media like going at them, but. Now in 2020, especially with growth, like I don't really use my social media for that type of platform. I try to use it for positivity. Like when I look at like my past Facebook stuff, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I was wilding like that. Like I would never put up some of the things that I was putting up in 2009 and 2010.
I still be putting up wild stuff, but that's because I can do that.
Hi, Kia. Thanks for joining. So, do you use? We're talking about the social dilemma. We're talking about social media on a personal level, how it affects you. Then we're gonna kind of get into relationship because I know that that's a hot topic. People have issues when they're in relationships with social media. Sometimes it could cause friction. It can mess it up. Are you private with your partner? Do you not mind sharing your partner? Why? Why do you feel like your partner is not posting you?
Mm,
Um,
mm, mm,
yeah.
mm.
So
That'd be big.
we're
That's a
gonna
big
yeah
thing.
we're gonna talk about that. That's what we really want to get into because it's a lot, and it can it can when you're in a relationship. I feel like sometimes it can make you feel like a little insecure, as you would say the word, like, okay, if your partner don't post you, but you posting them all the time, but they don't want to post you, and the reason is because they don't want to post their business is private, and I
You
feel
know,
like there's
that always makes me laugh when I see people say that. I
right,
be like, yo,
right.
it sounds so silly.
Right. So Shantae says she is a multi-level business owner and she makes money on social media.
That's what's
So
up.
sometimes we definitely use it for positivity. A lot of people do. Like you said, it depends on the. She said it depends on the mindset. It depends on the maturity level.
Yeah. As
So
everything does. Everything. I think everything we're gonna talk about on the show depends on maturity level because it's dealing
yeah,
with men and women.
right. So from my experience, like I just said with social media, what's your experience from then to now with social media before we jump into the relationship aspect?
All that. I used to before. I used to be more like what everybody on to now. I guess you could say is how I used to be on social media, but it's not like not really running business or nothing like that. But I was more real with it. Now I just use it for entertainment. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't take it as serious as I used to take it
Mm-hmm.
because I've seen how much problems it costs and how much you know what I mean. Like and it don't be worth it to just so I just don't care no more. I've stopped caring.
Right. So I get what you're saying in that aspect because sometimes I don't even comment on people's stuff because it just costs so much. Like they want to argue with you and go back and forth. So sometimes I'm like, I keep my comments to myself. But how do you feel about this saying
Oh, I
when
do a lot of
people,
debating.
you do, I know you do a lot of
I do a
debating. He
lot of
does a lot
debating.
of debating.
That's what I do.
Web want to
I don't be
debate all
trying to
day on
debate
it.
though, because people be trying to debate with me because I guess I'm a know-it-all. But
Whatever. So what do you think about this term, and even including you guys that are listening? Um, what do you think of the term when they say like social media is not real life, social media is just for jokes? When people say like social media is not a part of life or it's just is this is just like a playing field, how do you take that?
me personally,
Yeah, what do you think
I
when
think
people say that?
I think people be capping. That's all cap. Because it's like yo, as much as people say that they just take it as jokes, they be going back and forth. They take it serious. They really take it serious, and I think that's a cover up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, not all the times, because sometimes some people do take it as joke. They
Mm-hmm.
just joke, but I think a lot of the times when people claim, "Oh, it's just joke," when they claim like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that be cat.
Right.
They take it more serious
Mm-hmm.
than they want to give credit.
Right. I agree with you on that. Hey, cuz, I'm gonna read some of the comments. Shantae got some stuff to say about the relationship. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Hey, Raven. Hey to everyone that's coming on. We're talking about the social dilemma, dealing with social media, relationships. You're just on a personal level with social media, how you use it, how you look at it, as well as how it affects a person in a relationship and a person personally.
It affects it affects the brown know people watching. I mean, I knew this before this came out, but there's a show on Netflix. There's a documentary on Netflix
Mm-hmm.
talking about it and how like the likes, getting likes on pictures, getting like that. It create the same effect that taking drugs create. Like when you want to keep getting high, it create that same kind of.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So people, that's what make people so addicted to social media. That's what make people like to be on and like to the attention. It's an addiction to attention.
Right, and it gives them. So you saying that, hey, Dad, what's up, everybody? So you're saying that it gives people like a highness. It makes them fiending and want to come back for more. They keep seeing them likes being clicked. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm popping now. I'm this. People accept me, and now it's I got it. Now it's a rush. Now it's something that
Exactly.
you're fiending for.
Because it could
I'm
be a whole off you in real life.
true.
We see that a lot of
True.
times, don't we? Facebook.
Yes.
All the time.
Yep. And look at what one of our people said. Kia said, people can be who they want to be on social media and they tend to forget we know them in real life. It's all cap.
Exactly.
I agree with you, Kia. And I also believe that social media is a part of real life because of the generation that we're in today and the world that we are in. It's all technologied out. Everything is done through apps. Everything is done through social media. But let somebody tell it, social media is not real life. Social media is not that. So yeah, you do have people capping and behind the scenes they pretending to be a whole different person that they really aren't. And you know that's sad because it's good when you could be the person that you are all the time. It's good when you could be that free individual and not care what others think or care how others are gonna judge you. You know, it's that's an awesome thing when you have that embedded in you and you don't want to be this fake person for social media. You gonna get me on my bad days. You gonna get me on a good day. You might get me on a sad day. You might get me on a happy day. But guess what? You're gonna get Shantae. So I do agree with you that people they be capping on Facebook and trying to pretend that they're somebody that they're
It's not
not.
just Facebook. It's
It's
all
not
over.
just
It's
Facebook, it's all
Instagram.
the
It's
social
Twitter.
medias.
It's
Yeah.
all of them.
Right, you're right about that. So I really when people always say like it's face social media like it's just like no, it is a part of real life because that honestly, how does most people stay connected? Through social media. How do people connect with their family that live far or that they haven't seen? It's through some type of social media app or some type
Mm-hmm.
of platform that deals with social media. So, you know, I think that um, when it comes to social media, it is about the maturity. It is what you want to use it for. You know, all about what you want to use your social media for. Do you have anything else to say before we? Because I want you to talk a little bit more before we get into the relationship aspect. About the Netflix. Have any of you seen what is it called? It's on
The
Netflix.
Social Dilemma. I
The
didn't watch
Social
it. I didn't,
Dilemma.
my friend suggested I watch it. I haven't even watched it yet, but
Oh, okay.
I know what it's about. I know what it's about to a certain extent.
Shantae, why you laughing? Hi, sis. So we're gonna get on the juicy part, which is relationship aspect with social media. Because yep, Tammy said that's how we communicate through social media, which is true. So we want to get into the relationship aspect when it comes to social media.
It destroys relationships.
It destroys
It
relationships.
do all the don't do all the time, but it does it.
Explain.
Explain.
Yes.
People go through it all the time. It's like
Give example.
like I don't know. What I always see people talk about is like you be happy in your relationship, and then once you bring it to social media, you do like you know what I mean. Y'all start to talk about it on social media. Then people get in your business. Somebody trying to talk to your girl, trying to talk to your man, trying to. It's a whole wreck, and nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody be honest because there are people do be honest on social media, but people are sneaky. People are sneaky.
People
A
are.
lot of times people be sneaky.
So before I give you my spill on that, Shantae, we're gonna read a comment. Shantae said she has no, she said she's a private. I'm sorry. She said that she's a private person. She does not post her marriage on social media.
Why is that, Shantae?
Why do you not post your husband on social media? I'm sorry, Web.
No, yeah. Why don't you post your husband on social media, Shantae? Or your significant other?
She said you have to create boundaries in your relationship.
That's true.
True. So yes. Yep, Kia. She said when you're living foul, social media is bad for the relationship.
How many people actually living good in a sense of what I can't tell you what good is because I don't know what good is. I'm not living the best life. You know what I mean? I'm living my best life, but I ain't living the best life. But you feel me? Like, how many people are actually like living good when you living for social? Oh, living foul. I feel like when you living for social media, then your relationship gets messed up through social media. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really living for social media and you're living for your relationship, it's different. That depends on now how strong each person is in the relationship. But and once you living for social media and you trying to do all that extraness for Saga, just a bunch of y'all know what I mean when I say extraness. Just doing a bunch of extraness and so that's when I feel like the pressure of trying to keep up with the Joneses, which is really yourself, which is really just pride at the end of the day.
Right.
Is what ruins relationships.
Pride. That's a big one. Shantae, I want to give out what I feel. I feel like with social media and relationships, it can be harming. But if I feel like if it's a healthy relationship and there's, the partners are doing what they need to. And if both partners, because like Shantae just said, her husband doesn't like social media. Even with my mom, my stepdad is never on social media, but he know that he can trust my mom, when she's on social media doing whatever she's doing. But a lot of times I believe like what Kia said is when you're living foul or when you're doing other things, or even in your relationship, if you're messing with other women or other men outside of your relationship, of course you're not gonna want to post your significant other, because once you post that significant other, then here comes all the drama. The girls calling your phone, the boys calling your phone, this, that, and the third. And if you was doing right, you wouldn't care about past people, trying to contact you or ask you who is this person or why you're with them.
Exactly.
And I feel like that has a lot to do, with insecurity, because you trying to act like you this person out, like you said, on social media. You trying to do it for the social media, but behind closed doors, you love your partner so much and you show them this whole different life. But when you on social media, you won't even put a picture up of them at all. And I think that sometimes, if I don't have a problem with posting, if when I was in a relationship, I never had a problem posting my significant other, because I feel like, honestly, like, for what? I don't have nothing to hide. There's nothing for me to be like, oh my God, I'm worried that somebody's gonna be saying this, that, and the third. Like, back then, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of, like I said, it was a lot of growth. I was one of those people, like, my boyfriend used to make me mad. It was a wrap. I used to be on social media disrespecting him, and I could admit that. I'll never do that though anymore. Like, it's all it was about. It was about learning. It was about growth. Learning that everybody don't need to be in my business. Everybody doesn't need to know what's going on, because guess what? When I forgive him, they're not gonna forgive him. I mean, I didn't care if they did or not, but or people might look at you like, oh, they back together. She was just on social media saying this, that, and the third. I never cared though. Like, it didn't matter for me what people said. I'm not one of them people that too much care about what people really have to say, because I'm gonna do what I want anyways. But it was wrong of me, and I can admit that it was wrong of me to go on social media and talk about my significant other. So that was something that I had to learn. Like, Shantae, you want to make him mad, do it like that. But in the end, it's not even worth it. You got to deal with your personal stuff. So when you talk about like keeping your relationship personal off social media on that aspect, I understand it, because you should keep it all personal, but you don't have to keep your person private unless you want to.
It's a difference between what's that saying? It's a difference between privacy and
keeping your relationship private and keeping your partner private, or something, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So hold on, let's see. Let's go to some comments. You got anything to say before I go to some comments, Web? Okay, so Shantae said for several reasons. Well, we talked about that. She said that her husband is not on social media. Tammy said it's dangerous to put your personal, intimate business about you or your significant other. It opens doors for all kind of temptations.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that. Kia said there's nothing foul about her. And Shantae says her purpose for social media is business and community. So she never posts, which I don't see her. I mean, she does post the meals that he make for her. They be looking good, but she doesn't post anything besides like business and the community stuff that she's not doing. So you never really see, she might do an appreciation post. Right, so she's using it for good. And Tammy said if you a messed up person, everything you do is gonna be messed up. Shantae said, what is the purpose of posting your partner? You have nothing to prove to the social media critics. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's not about me proving anything for me. I'm not saying for anybody else, but I know for me, it wasn't about me trying to prove anything to the social media critics or people on social media. It was just like, I feel like when you with somebody and y'all together, why not? It's social. Why can't you? It's like y'all taking a picture together that's just not on social media, and you're showing your picture, sending it, to family members or friends. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with posting your partner. I mean, sometimes though, like you said, when you post a partner, a lot of drama comes with it. Some people like it to where it's kept private because they don't want to deal with that as well. It could be to where they know they man or they woman might be doing wrong, and they don't even want to deal with the putting them on social media, and then they got to find out this, that, and the third. How you feel about that?
No, you're right. You're right. I was kind of thinking.
Oh, well, go ahead. Well, you could piggyback. Go ahead.
Is it's all in with intentions, and that's funny because I was listening to shout out to Justin Bieber. I was listening to Justin Bieber's song "Intentions" earlier, and it's like, yo, it's true. It's like it all depends on your intentions and what you're trying to do with social media. Like people hiding their spouse or hiding they significant. It's a lot of stuff that go into that. There's a lot of stuff that go into the pressures of thinking what people gonna think, the pressures of not looking like a fool in case. Yeah, you seen like lately there's been a lot of groups and exposing
Oh
groups.
gosh, yes.
And that's like a whole nother aspect to all of this. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's like the baby of all of this.
Yeah, they got them groups going on where they're posting up their boyfriends or significant others and asking them if people cheat if their person
I'm not gonna lie, them shits is
is
entertaining
in
as
their
hell.
inbox and
They're
things like that.
entertaining as hell, but to
But
get
that
caught
shouldn't
up in
be
that
a
in the
way.
first place
Right.
is being a victim of social media, being a victim of the consciousness that social media gives to people. Because believe it or not, memes in themselves, memes really be messing people's heads up because they make good points. Nowadays, it's all about making a point.
Mm-hmm.
And memes be making good points, even though they be silly and funny. They be making good points. And if you stupid or you not gonna say stupid, you a little dunce, let's say.
Or you think people take it to the head?
People
You want to
that's
use
what I'm
that?
saying.
Yeah.
People take it to the head, like, and that create like a whole different world within society where like a problem. It'd be like problematic things. Like there's a lot that come from the social media stuff, but being mature and knowing yourself is important. If you
Right.
don't know yourself and you're not confident in who you are as a person,
Right.
you'll get lost in the sauce.
Right. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. Let's look at some of the comments. So Kia said, I think it's two sides to posting your partner. You get 50%, you got 50% will post to prove a point, and the other 50 are people who can truly be happy and proud of their partner. I agree with you, Kia. I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't, we don't know the exact percentage, but I agree that some people that do post their other significant others is because they are truly happy. They're proud of their partner. You got some people that really love to show off their partner, and that's okay. You got some people like Shantae. She doesn't show off her partner. She might, well, on social media anyways, and that's also okay because she uses her platform for something else. So that's okay. She doesn't have like an insecure reason not to post it, or she doesn't have a reason to think like, if I post him, my husband is going to be doing this, that, and the third. And then you have people that will post it to prove a point. What do you think about that? What Kia said.
Yes, I don't know about the percentage exactly, but yeah, it's both. It's people proving a point. What? No, she right, huh?
And I said, you want some water?
Yeah, I didn't know water. Hell yeah,
it's water right there. So Shantae said, prior to social media, this wasn't an option. I believe that my family and friends know my husband and relationship. To me, that's what matters. I agree with you, Shantae. I'm gonna clap on that because prior to social media, there was nothing to really post up like that. I mean,
all the drama was in person.
Right. All the everything was like in person.
Now we got keyboard warriors and tough guy typists.
Yep. So I agree with you on that, Shantae. And then Kendra said it could be good or bad, a lot, and it's a lot of bad. So Kendra is agreeing with Webb, saying that it's a lot of bad with social media. So, okay, let's talk about from a male perspective. If you're in a relationship, I'll give you an example. Like I was kind of giving an example earlier. If you are constantly posting your other half, and your other half has never posted you, is not posting you, but you're not constantly. You don't have to be constantly. But you have definitely made it known that this is your other half, this is who you with, this is your significant other. And you don't have a problem with it, but you notice that on her social media page, she doesn't post you. She doesn't even talk about you. As a man and how you deal with social media, does that affect you? How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel insecure? Does it make you feel a negative way? Does it make you feel a positive way?
Me, I wouldn't care. I would probably feel maybe a little insecure. I don't know how dudes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably feel a little sometimes because if I'm posting you, why you not posting me?
Thank you for being truthful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Why you not posting me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of dudes feel like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes won't say it, but yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like a lot of dudes feel like that. But like that's what happens. People stop posting each other because of stuff like that. It can be from both ends. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hold on, before I say what I gotta say, Peanut. Thank you, Shantae. She says she's older. She is almost 50. So she is in a different category. And I agree with that. It's about the maturity, like we said. And you are definitely older. So, you feel like you don't have to prove, like you said, well, you said proving, but you feel like what you use social media for is what you use social media for, and you're older, so when you older, the wisdom and stuff may be a little bit different. So I definitely respect that, Shantae. Levon, what do you mean when you say it doesn't matter? What doesn't matter, Peanut? Hey, how you doing too? Everybody that's coming on, hi. What do you mean when you say it doesn't matter? And Kia said that that's cap.
I don't
What's
know why
cap,
she did
Kia?
that. Yeah,
What
what's cap? What
what
I
Webb
said?
said? That's cap. What Webb said. So for me, I think I would feel some type of. I'm not gonna lie. It might make me feel some type of way. It might make me feel. It might make me question things. Like I don't. It will make me create things in my head. To why aren't you posting me? Or is he messing with somebody else? Oh, does he not think I'm beautiful enough? As secure as a woman should be in themselves, sometimes it's not always like that, and that's truth. That's honest. So, and it takes maturity again to get to that. So I know previous experience, not now, but previous. I used to think that too. Like, why you never posted me? Like, what's the problem? Of course, there was underlining issues behind it, and that's why I wasn't being posted. But that's a perfect example. You weren't posting me because you were trying to keep our relationship like private on a healthy level. You weren't posting me because you were trying to keep our relationship private on an
That's
unhealthy level.
exactly what that is. If anybody, if you see your partner post you, and you consciously decide not to post your partner, and you see them posting you, there's a problem there.
I think so too. We agree on that. Venus versus Mars. We agree on that. Hey, Auntie Sonia. Right. It's crazy for only one person to post. Kendra said that's when the drama comes. Facebook then becomes a problem in the relationship. And is it worth it?
See, now that's when stuff gets out of hand. Cause I've been in situations where I held on too long to situations that should have been, you know what I'm saying, let go early
Right.
on, and it does more damage than it does good.
I
You think
think
you're
we all
doing good,
have.
you think you're doing good, and you're doing more damage to the situation than anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But damn, I lost my train of thought.
You want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
So Nate, okay, we got Nate up here. Hold on. Peanut responded. Levon said, when it comes to posting, it shouldn't matter
What
in
up,
a.
Nate?
It said it shouldn't matter in a relationship, whether you post your relationship or not. It should be something spoken about in the relationship. We both should know what it is if we do or we don't. That shouldn't be a. That should be a talk between y'all. I agree with half of that. I agree with the part of about talking about the whole social media thing. While you're in a
Nah,
relationship,
he
you
right.
don't. He right, right.
I agree with him. I agree with LaFon.
It shouldn't matter, but it matters when one person is doing it and the other one is not doing it at all, or their reasons. Okay, so what if you ask your partner like why they're not posting you, and they say something like, "Cause I don't feel like dealing with my past, people coming up from my past." How do you feel about that? And Nate, you said nah nah nah. Why did you say nah nah nah, Nate? I was asking you that. So say if you come, like you say if we was together and you post me up, you don't never see me posting you, and you come like Shantae, what's going on? Why aren't you posting me? I noticed that you never post me. You this, that, and the third. I post you all the time. I show you off. I let it be known what's the problem. And my response to you as well, I don't feel like dealing with the past. I don't feel like having past relationships, past people asking me questions about who you are, this, that, and the third. How would you respond to that? What would be your response? How would you feel about your significant other saying something like that to
You
you.
can break it right there, and I'm gonna tell your ass I'm the past.
You
don't worry about it.
You're gonna break up right then and there with me? Oh man.
Cause that's like what you don't worry. You worry about the past. You don't want the past to come. That's craziness. Like
right,
wow.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. These are things that are said. Like that's why I said it could be an unhealthy reason. You know, it could be a healthy reason why you and your other half don't post each other, which is fine. But then a lot of times, honestly, I have to say it's a lot of times I feel like it's a negative reason why people don't post their significant others.
I think more than not, it's a negative reason why.
Right. I think
it's a very small percentage. A very small percentage of the time that is a positive reason why they don't post their partner.
Right.
But a lot of the time, people act like the negative reason is a positive reason for not posting their partner.
Oh, say that again. Say that again. I like what you just said. Say it again, Web.
A lot of times, people they act like the negative reason for not doing it is a positive reason for not doing it.
Yup.
And then that's
a
trick created on the mind.
Right. They'll try to turn that negative into a positive and try to make you believe the reason that we feel like it's negative isn't, and it's a positive why they're not posting it. Like, babe, we don't want everybody in our business. We don't want everybody knowing about us. Like, it's less drama, this, that, and the third. But if you...
It really be one of them a hoe.
Right. Say that. One of them be doing something they don't got no business doing.
Floozy.
Yup.
Out here in these streets.
Right. So Nate said his girl is super selective about what pic he posts of her. So I just don't bother to tell. I tell her to tag me.
What, bro? Listen. Yo.
Okay, you know what?
Yo. Man,
Nate, shut up.
Nah, for real.
No, but so what? You better.
I'm trying to post you. I'm trying to do a good thing here as your man, and you gotta be really picky about the picture I'm picking. Now it don't make me want to post you. Now maybe because it's a headache. What's a headache that I'm trying to avoid? What's the headache?
That's something small though. Like that's small, Web. And Nate, that's small.
Like Nate said, we can take pictures together.
Right.
And then you can tag me. You put up the picture and tag me.
I mean, women, we could be a little bit difficult, but I feel like maybe if if you men see a picture that you see beauty in your female, you should be able to post it. You should be able to post it.
That was a good, because it creates a lot of headaches.
It creates a lot of headaches.
It creates a lot of headaches.
So Peanut said, that's why I said they should talk about it, because it will stop all confusion. Communication is key, and everybody's situation is different. Talking it out,
that was funny.
Talking it out, getting an understanding. But if it wasn't talked about, then one person is probably suspect. I agree with everything you just said, Peanut. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people are not like Shantae up here on the live. We have another person by the name of Shantae, and I feel like a lot of people might not be mature as her. Like she's on a level of maturity of, she's older, she has more wisdom. She doesn't post her husband because her platform is not used for that, but she does post like appreciations about him, but she just don't post them. And that's fine, but I feel like, I don't know why, I just get the vibes that it's a mature thing with them. But a lot of people our age, even
she might have a husband who just don't care about it.
Right. Like my stepfather. He don't care about it. He does not care about social media. And he's not on it. My mom is, and I'm pretty sure he's secure when she's on social media. I'm pretty sure he don't think that she's talking to anybody or like, oh, who you inboxing, or you don't want to put a picture up of us, who you messing with, stuff like that. But let's flip it. Wait, hold on. Then Nate said, we had whole fights. It turned into a photo shoot. Cause you want to make sure vice versa. When you put your significant other, we both got to be looking right. What are you talking about?
But it shouldn't be about that. It should be about the love that I'm expressing for you.
Yo, I agree. Woman. I agree, Web. I can't even say nothing about that. I agree.
It used to drive me crazy, man.
For real?
What my baby? Oh my God, that drives me crazy.
Well, that's good. At least you did. You know what? I did used to see you post her, so that was good. At least she even got that.
It stopped
experience.
After a while because it was like it started getting too out of hand.
It got out of hand.
It started getting out of hand.
What do you mean we say it got out of hand? Are you saying it got out of hand with what
everything that we've been talking about? No. Everything that we've been talking about didn't happen in my relationship.
It started happening. You started having people hit you up You
all the
started. She started being insecure
it was
about certain
yeah,
things,
but it
and
was like that from the beginning. It was like that on and off, on and off, on and off that
mm-hmm.
created all the bad things girls say they go through. It
Yeah,
created that in the outcome.
right. Okay. So let's flip it. So let's say that. Oh, sorry, you guys. Let's say that you do have a significant other. Y'all post each other, or you just have your significant other post you, but they're still they're a cheater, but
Mm-hmm.
like but they still post you. What do you call that? How do you feel about that? A person that's actually doing stuff behind closed doors. You know, females that they deal
I
with.
call that bold. You bold. You. If you know you cheating, yes. I mean, at the same time, some people call it smart because you covering your tracks. You don't want to look guilty. You don't look like you doing anything. So of course you still try to post it. But it's bold. It's a bold move because then now you opening the floodgates to all that extraness. Cause say you got a person on your friend. We let's be honest. We add people that we don't know all the time. Some people
Right.
do, but
Mm-hmm.
some people only stick to people they know. But a lot of times you end up with people on your friend list that you don't
Mm-hmm.
know. And let's say your significant other might link up with somebody on a sneaky link or something. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And now you post them and you out here looking stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't never been in no situations like that, but I'm saying I see it happen all the time.
It definitely happens all the time. Um,
He said, I just stopped. I gave it a phone. You do it. Yo,
you
I just
just
did
stop.
all of that.
I just
All
stopped
of
it.
that,
I'll give
son.
I'll give her the phone. You do it.
For real.
Nate
Just
trying
put
to
the
find the
picture
most.
up.
Nate trying to find the most simplest way to make his girl happy. I hear that. We're not that difficult.
It don't always work, Nate. You know it don't always work.
And
There's
then
another problem.
no, it's
We
not.
should talk about that. How
Oh
social media
God.
creates another problem and another problem and another
Well, we could
problem.
do that too. But Pina says social media should move. Wait, but
Our
relationship though.
relationship, though. So
But though on wait, Pina, I don't know what you were trying to say.
they shouldn't.
Oh, they shouldn't like come in between a
Yeah,
relationship, but unfortunately
they
they
do.
do. Because like people said, like Kia and everybody else was saying earlier, a lot of times people be capping up here. A lot of times people are not truthful. A lot of times people are doing things behind the scenes and you don't know who's following who, that it'll get back to that person that you might be dealing with on the low, and then that person could try to come on social media or contact you. It could create a lot of drama, but I don't know if I want to say that it's social media that's creating the drama. I kind of want to say it's the person. What you think about that? I kind of feel like it's the person that creates that drama on social media.
It's the security within the person. It depends on how they are on social media, like how they taking memes, how they taking statuses, how this stuff make them feel, how likes getting likes and comments. Because people be out here being Facebook comedians, and it's cool to be a Facebook comedian, but it draws a lot of attention from
Right.
from both sexes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
so it's like you could do that all day, and then now, depending on how secure your significant other is, they might
Right.
have a problem with people popping up on you because they might have some kind of unspoken about beef with somebody now, and they might find your jokes funny, and they just on your page for jokes. That's funny.
And why is she liking your comments?
Exactly?
Why is she
No.
liking your stuff? I mean, yeah, I feel like it is all about not
Everyone
only
calling me now.
not only your partner being secure, but I feel like you're supposed to you're supposed to make your partner feel secure as well. You got to feel secure within yourself. Don't think I'm saying that looking like being happy that starts with self, but you want to make sure your partner feels secure from your end as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be a little hassle when you doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, and it could cause a hassle. And then you on Facebook not posting me, or you posting me, and girls inboxing me, or people I know, saying like, "Oh my gosh, like I didn't know that was your boyfriend." And then now you, as the woman or the man, you feel embarrassed, or you feel like you looking crazy because. Perfect example.
Facebook is not real life, Nate. You're right.
Facebook is not real life. You have to remember
I
that.
used to tell my
It's
people
not
all the
real
time.
life, but Facebook is a part of today. Social media, period, is a part of today's world. We have to, I mean, real, like when you say it's not real, I get what you're saying. But you also have to understand, like, this is the way everybody communicates. How, the fakeness comes in where people are pretending to be something that they're not, or they're pretending whatever. And I get that aspect, but I still feel like on my end, I feel like social media is somewhat real. Like far as it being, this is a part of life. Like everybody's on social media. You probably could get
But
in
it's not.
touch.
But it's not real life in the sense that, like how he's saying, it creates a false sense of insecurity or security. So like, yo,
Well,
it's
yeah.
not real life in the sense that somebody's liking my comments and now that means, because that's what a lot of
Oh
people
no,
take
not in
that
that
heart and stuff. You
aspect.
get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
liking my comment, now that mean there's something going on between me and them. No, they just constantly like my comments. Like
Yeah, that could be
it could
true.
be a thing like that. You know what I'm saying?
But that goes back to the relationship. So if I had a boyfriend that constantly was cheating on me, then of course those insecurities are gonna be visible and they're gonna be there. But that's
But
because of my experience with that person.
but if you had somebody that
If
wasn't
you had
constantly
somebody
cheating on
that
you
wasn't,
and somebody you didn't like
right,
liking their stuff, you can
right,
still come at your person because you might feel a way about the situation.
right,
Not saying you specifically, but
mm-hmm,
you know what I mean. People that do stuff like that,
right,
and it causes unnecessary beef and unnecessary dramas and unnecessary conflicts.
right. It can. I agree. So let's look at some more comments because we have after Nate said Facebook is not real. You have to remember that. So
Mm-hmm.
then we have Tim. Hey Tim. Tim said Facebook is a total fantasy to him. He made it a point to not even argue over anything on social media.
I need
Far
to
as
get to that
social
point,
media
Tim.
wise.
You're right. I need to get to that point because
Okay,
I be
hold on.
still going back and forth with people
We could
all
get
the
to
time.
that point. You do. Um,
People like to test my gangster, man. I'm gangster.
no, I feel like you just want to prove that you know what you're talking
I
about.
do
too.
know what I'm talking about, and I do gotta prove I know what I'm talking
Pride.
about.
Pastor Tracy said people do post real things. Yes, people do. Because, like I said, we got business people up here. We have people that work within the community. We have entrepreneurs. We have, kids that have businesses and their parents are. So you can't say everything is fake. And Tim said, it's as real as we choose to make it. Oh, I like that, Tim. I like that. But I feel like when you make it to the point of you having to pretend and be somebody that you're not, that's when I feel like it's a negative thing. I don't feel like that's okay in your mind, and just for you to just overly excess over social media. For instance, let me give you an example. I know somebody that they're always, I think I was telling Webb about this. There's one person I know is like always posting on social media. Like if they're not able to get on social media, it like drive them crazy. Like it make them like crazy in the head. Like, oh my God, they call it fans. I guess when people liking and commenting or posting, those are fans instead of just support or whatever you want to call it. But this person was like always posting something, but it got to the point that, like, say if you see like a regular post, and a lot of us, we go look in the comments because the comments be mad funny. Comments on the post be the funniest on social media. So when you go on to look in the comments, this person would literally copy and paste like somebody else comment and then go onto their page, post up the meme or whatever it is, a regular post, but then on top of that, like they would copy and paste the person's comment like it was theirs. That's doing too much for social media. Like that's when it becomes like
same thing like when people be copying memes and putting it as their own status.
I hate that. You might as well just post a meme. Why would you write it out? I guess it may. I don't know what that do for people.
People be wanting the credit for themselves, and then going to the social media thing because that would blow your head up on some on the false on the false pretense that it's you that came up and created this funny thing. No, it's not. You just got a bunch of likes for posting it.
Exactly. So you feel like when somebody what's crazy? People could get 100 likes, 150 likes, 200, 300 likes, like on Facebook, and then they could be just this most horrible person behind closed doors, but because social media, like you said, made them feel so well, they put it in their head, like Tim said, fantasize. Mm-hmm. They fantasize and put it in their head that now I'm a star, I'm a celebrity, I'm known. Everybody know me. Everybody like my post. Everybody this, everybody that.
And it's an insecurity they trying to fix. And everything go back to insecurity if y'all ain't noticed so far. I think
he always say everything go back to insecurity.
A lot of the world that we live in today is on a downward spiral because of insecurities that's not addressed. Mental
True. I think sometimes people too don't want to acknowledge that they're insecure about certain things. I think that can,
Accountability,
yeah, accountability,
insecurity,
all of that.
not wanting to acknowledge certain things about it's a lot.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna read what you said, Shantae. But Tim said,
Likes don't mean a person like you,
yeah,
Shantae. You're
she
right.
did say that. It doesn't mean a person like you. You have people on your page that don't even like
But it
you.
make you feel good because that's what people take likes to be.
I don't. I know, like, for my true, I feel like the genuine people that are like in my life and stuff, you know, when they support anything I do, of course, that makes me feel great. But I'm not gonna, like, I'm not one of them people like, oh my god, I just got like 200 likes on my, you see that picture? I just got, you know, I'm always gonna feel myself whether I get 5 likes, 0 likes,
And that's how it's supposed to.
150
That's how
likes.
it's supposed to
I'm
be.
always, that's never gonna make me feel less secure about Shantae. That's never gonna make me be like, dang, Shantae, you not pretty. You looking at myself in the mirror like, you only got 1 like, girl. That mean that picture was ugly. I don't care if I get 0 likes. I'm still gonna step out and I'm still gonna be me and I'm still gonna believe and know and show that I'm beautiful. And that's not gonna stop me from posting another picture or even not even just pictures. Things like we doing right now, posting up the flyer every week and stuff. I'm going to me and my cousin Raven, when I did the interview with her, we were talking about that. I'm not gonna stop posting because I get 1 like. That to me. You should not let social media define you. Yeah.
But a lot of people do.
Right.
And that's what this episode is about.
Right. This is what our episode is about. So Tim said the root of all. Well, he said it's unfortunately the world today, even outside of social media, live live their fantasy lives on Facebook. True,
the root
Tim.
of evil is no longer money; it's attention.
Wow.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's all
I don't
about
know
viewers and
that one,
followers
Tim.
and all this false sense of it's what false it's false idols. It's false idolatism.
I mean, but if
And
that
idolatry. There we go.
if that person is about what they are, like how they are on social media, and they're like somebody that's inspiring, motivating, and things like that, then I mean, you could look at it as a positive if that's, you know, what they're.
If you inspire them,
Right.
But sometimes those people even.
I know it could be. They could be. Yeah. I be like, not me. I mean, I'm gonna be me. I ain't gonna be
real,
fake, but I'm real.
Some of them
Yeah.
people turn out to be fraud sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, you got to be really careful, and it's because the attention go to their head.
Yup. And then that's what they looking at. Like they not even looking at it no more of the purpose that they were doing it. It start getting to their head and they start, oh, now I'm famous. Like, don't touch me. Like, you need to get my autograph if you want to come on my Facebook page. Like, sit down.
When this show blow up, I'ma still be, you know what I mean?
That's right. Speaking into existence. Listen, we know. It's only the beginning. We ain't gonna act funny with nobody.
And Nate, you VIP.
Nate said, no, he not. Nate said, you start to think you really got a friend. And you don't even know those people. No, seriously, that's true because I have made a friend on Facebook. I do not know, like, she's not even from Connecticut, but she's so cool, like, and I feel like I know her. Like, we feel like she always comments and positive stuff.
I got a
and I'm like,
from Chicago. Shout out to my man Sensor. I was like, I'm telling you, Chris. It's a lot of people out of Minnesota.
Right. Shout out to my friend Brandy. I'm like it, but it just because I feel like you can build certain connections. Can you question everyone? Can y'all feel? Do you think that you could tell or feel when somebody is being like a fraud on Facebook? Can you guys tell that? Can you sense that? I mean, I know we know people outside of Facebook, so of course you could say yeah. But somebody that you might not know or you might heard of, but you see them on social media, are you guys able to say like, nah, that person fronting, they fraud and they lying. That's not how they really are. Can you tell that? Or how does it work for you?
I'm a pattern person. All right, now let me tell y'all a little bit about Wham.
A pattern person.
I'm a pattern person. So people like to do the whole thing about you don't know me in real life. You can't say when people pass certain judgments, and to be true, it's true to a certain extent. You don't know people in real life, so you can't really. But I'm very observant of everything.
Me too.
So over time, I watch what people post. I watch how they talk about stuff. I watch they give them opinions on certain things that's in the media or whatever, and I collect all this data. I collect all this data and I put the pieces together. What makes sense, what don't make sense, and that's how I figure people out. And I usually don't be wrong, which is why my posts blow up the way they be blowing up sometimes.
Yeah, Web be having a lot of controversy. He always going back
My
and forth
posts always cause
with
some
the
kind
girls.
of controversy because people don't like hearing the truth. And I don't be saying what they think I'm saying. They be defending against what they think I'm saying, and that's how it goes left. But you know what I mean? I just try to speak. It's never from a place of.
Go ahead, cause we gotta go ahead.
It's never from a place of talking down on somebody or looking down on somebody ever. Never, because my whole thing is about everybody coming together. Cause we could come together and make something out of what's going on.
Right.
You know
I feel like we need to come together more too. Like, there's so many people that are doing like some of the same things or have the same type of visions and purpose. And I feel like social media and it should bring the community together more instead of breaking us apart and separating us. But unfortunately, a lot of times that's what it does. Tim says, Nate said he don't even try. And Tim said, can we talk about why people feel the need to promote illegal activities on social media? Example, guns, gangs, gang culture, drugs, etc.
Man, listen, Tim, I don't get that either because the police be on here. Y'all know the police be on here. So it don't make sense to, like, it's stupid. You can do it to a certain extent and not be hot. People be hot, though. Yeah. And that's the problem. People be dumb hot, and it's I don't want to use the R word. It's risky. It's risky. That's the R word I can use. It's risky. It's risky. It's risky as hell.
And then sometimes you be thinking it's the young boys and girls doing it. It be the older people. It be our people our age, people older. They posting up stuff like, why are you on social media?
I guess it gets it out. I guess it gets it out faster, but it's
a way of networking.
It's a way of networking.
You gonna use that to network?
I wouldn't. No. I'm not saying I'm not saying to do it. I'm saying not to do it. But I guess that's why people do it. That's what I'm saying.
And then when you get caught, it's everybody else's fault.
Everybody else's fault
because Pookie. Because you don't put up a bag of weed and said, I'm on Signey Street, and Pookie done said, I need an eighth. Now it's Pookie fault because they said you need an eighth.
It'd be wild.
Like, I never understood the concept of posting up illegal stuff. I mean, yes, social media is good for networking, but for the right things, like, I feel like you saying yourself
Clout chasing. We ain't spoke about how social media creates
Peanut said it's just okay. We want to talk about that too. Peanut said it's the stupidest thing he ever seen. I agree with you, Peanut. And Tim said someone I don't know legit inboxed me about if I wanted drugs.
Hey, yo, I don't want to dry snitch Tim, but I got the same inbox. I don't know if it's the same person, but I got the same kind of inbox, bro.
Oh gosh. Okay, that was funny. I'm sorry, I had to walk off. He said that's the quick posted illegal stuff.
Not to be.
That's the quickest way to get robbed.
It's the quickest way to get robbed. It's the quickest way to go to jail. It's the quickest way to every negative outcome that come with drug dealing, brother.
Yo, or anything.
Or any kind of business. This is bad.
And then even with the whole check scheming thing and the money thing, like everybody be posting stuff up about that, those pyramid things. You think that the feds be on that type of stuff? Y'all think they don't follow that on social media? Like that stuff, I don't even understand. Why would you want to snitch on yourself? Like, or like Tim said, that's the quickest way to get robbed. That don't make no sense.
None.
None.
It's clout chasing.
Clout chasing. You want to talk about clout chasing?
People wanna be something. Now I can say something they're not. They're trying to be. They're trying to be it. But
so what's your definition of clout chasing? How you define that?
Doing stuff just for the attention aspect of it, and then when you like Tekashi, let's bring up Tekashi.
Oh my God, I want to talk about that boy on my.
Come on, that he does a lot of clout chasing, and before I'm not gonna lie, it was a time where I used to give him credit. Like, oh, this nigga tough.
You found it entertaining.
I found it entertaining. You know what I mean? And then I started to realize it wasn't his form of entertainment is I'm doing this for the moment, and then when it really boils down to the nitty gritty, he's not around for it. He's not around.
Right. For it. Have you seen him on social media? I have not seen.
Lately, he just
it's died down.
His music. Because they've been blackballing him in the industry.
But that's the thing about
which I didn't think was gonna happen because 2020 was a wild year. I thought he was gonna snitch, come home, and be a celebrity again.
It didn't last.
And it didn't last.
It didn't last. What was I about to say? Nate just Right. She said, Shantae said, being super extra, very true, no real motive.
No real motive.
Nate says, social media is a tool to be used wisely. They use your Facebook on you in court now. Nate said, do it for the gram. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the gram. But that's true. Even they use it for job applications. They try to find your pages and go through it. They use it for court. Like they could just really say, oh, June 15, 2018, you said that you had quarters for sale. Like, what can you say? It's on your page, under your account. It's linked to your email, or even if it's not, it's linked to somebody that you know. Like, why would you want to set yourself up for that? And then when it comes to clout chasing, first of all, it doesn't last long. It's like when you smoke crack and you get high. That high don't last long. That's why you always chasing it. That's what clout chasing. Any kind of high, right? But with the clout chasing, once you get off social media, do you feel empty again? Do you feel empty inside? Do you feel like
even it go from dudes doing that with like the guns and the drugs and it's the same thing as girls doing the OnlyFans thing and the like doing the sexual kind of exploitation on social media. It's the same.
I want to talk about that. Let's talk about that.
It's the same. It's the same reasons, but because it's two different sexes and two different reasons for why we do what we do. You get what I'm saying? It's looked upon differently. Dudes don't get. If you're smart, you are gonna judge men for doing that. But if you're just into the entertainment of it, you just what I mean. And so you don't see it as a problem. You think that's a good thing, and it's not. It's not. We just spoke about why it's not. We just give a million reasons why it's not.
Right. I'm about to say that.
It's the same as the sexual exploitation thing, but it's only now we in a period of female empowerment, so it doesn't get looked at the same kind of way, but it's still the same kind of negative. And we need to look at it like that. We need to not look at it like that. We need not to judge it. But we need to realize the damage it causes. And the damage it does.
I respect you for saying that because I got a question. Yup. Thank you, Shantae. Thank you for tuning in, sweetie. I'll contact you soon. You have a blessed night as well.
Take it easy, Shantae. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. So for all the men up here, how do y'all feel about what he said? Like, would y'all ever tell a woman it's not okay to dress inappropriate or be half naked on social media? Or are you one of them dudes that gonna hit the like button and jump in the inbox? Like, how do you feel about that? Is that something that when you look at a female who's posting herself up, body just showing, or how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel? And how does that make you feel with your significant other and they were doing something like that? I want to know. How does that make you feel, Webb? Like are you a guy that'll tell a girl? Listen,
I wouldn't want my significant other scantily clad on the internet. However, I would. I love me a Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Cardi B.
Yeah, I know you love Cardi B.
Feel me? So like, I would. I don't know how to explain it. I do know how to explain it. I ain't gonna say just about her brag, but it's like, yo, she can do whatever she popping. So you can do whatever. You can do whatever you. I'm not about to sit here and tell you not to do it because that's what's making the money. Not to say I'm trying to make money out. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's what is part of your entertainment. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and judge it as your man, because I'm secure within myself and us together.
But you just said you won't want your girl on social media like that.
No, that's different.
Hold up. Go ahead.
And that's what I said. I don't want to just say this about the money, but that probably contributed to it a lot. But it's more so just about the... She's an entertainer. As my girl, you're not an entertainer. And I don't want you out here entertaining these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna want that within my relationship with... I'm not gonna sit here and if I just leave if that's what she want to do and she feels it's a problem in how I'm saying it because I'm not gonna judge her for it.
Right.
We can still be friends after. I just don't want you doing that as my woman.
So if she was in a type of business that Cardi B was in,
if I met you as a stripper,
you gonna respect.
I would respect what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying?
But if
I can't sit here and tell you not to dress
right.
how you've been dressing or act how you've been acting.
Right.
Because I met you as this.
I agree. So
maybe years down the line, I could say, all right. Cut the shit.
It's time now. Now we gotta go to something different.
We gotta mature,
I understand that, and I agree with you on that. I don't know. I feel like some people, like you got like an Ice-T. He love his woman Coco showing He don't
Coco
care.
be out
Coco
here
show
with the Cocos
titties,
everywhere.
butt, fake booties, all that. He don't care. He loves to flaunt his female like that, and it could
But he
be
a pimp.
he's secure or he's a pimp. You think that's why?
I see as a pimp, and that pimp, that pimp mindset comes from mommy issues, but that's a whole nother.
We gonna talk
We can
about
have
mommy and daddy issues.
Mommy and daddy issues.
That's gonna be
That's a
another
good
topic.
episode.
We might do that next week. But that's gonna be a
Oh, I might
good
have to
topic.
do-
We gonna need people to get real about that topic,
Yeah.
mommy and daddy issues. But all right, let's get back to the relationships and
We might
social
say that
media.
for Mike, 'cause that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a really
social.
good
Let's
one.
get back to the social media dilemma. Nate said it depends on what they're doing. So it depends on what the female is doing. Are you relating
Yeah.
to what Webb said? That it depends on what their occupation is when you met them or while you were with them. Because you don't want to be with a girl and all of a sudden she wasn't like that at first, and then all of a sudden you find out she's a social media whore. Tim said, it all depends on the boundaries of your relationship with the overshare of material.
When you say overshare
yeah.
material, what you mean, Tim?
Right. What do you mean when you say that, Tim? And just to let you guys know, for people that I don't know, for those of you that have never been on our live, we do a lot of engagement with Sorry, I said engagement. We do a lot of engaging with the viewers. So we like to read the comments.
True.
We like to get the feedback. So just in case you wonder, and this is what we do, it's all a part of the show to always engage with the audience because I love it. It's a good back and forth discussion. So let's see what Tim said.
Tim was saying, I could like or hurt something
Uh-huh.
and keep it moving and never hopped in a DM. If you know what I mean? Even when I was thinking, true.
Right. No, I agree with that. Because you know what, Tim? People nowadays, they don't know about common respect or courtesy or just people showing love. Like some people are raised, or some people are just a genuine person like that, to where they really be happy for what other people are doing. It don't mean that I'm all on you or I want you because I'm hurting your stuff. It means I support you and I'm just a genuine person. That's just who I am. But a lot of people take it as flirting. A lot of people take it as, if I give you a hug and say, hey, oh, that means I like you. No, it doesn't. Or if I
hurt your picture.
If I hurt your picture,
I done seen memes that
it means I
that,
want
and I'm
you.
like, yo, are you serious?
Yeah,
like, no, it's not that. But some people take it like that.
Right.
And I mean, there's a time and place for all of that. You know what I mean? When you want to show that kind of attention to somebody, you do it a bunch of times. And then you jump in the inbox or something. But like for just one here or there, I think it causes a lot of problems within relationships because of social media when it shouldn't.
Right. It does cause a lot of problems. Pina said, see, I need to say something about this woman. He said about this. He said, women get away with pure ish. Like take Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh.
She never spit one bar to uplift black women, and she gives women a bad name. But as soon as something happens between her and a man, the female world jumps up and says, let's stand behind the woman. Shaking my head. She has never been a role model, and she won't be. But because of the woman empowerment movement, as Webb was saying, she can get away with this type of behavior. Why can't the female community big up true female role models instead of these ratchets?
Nate, my man, you are opening a can.
That's Peanut. That's Peanut.
Hey,
that's Peanut.
LaVon, you opening a can
of worms.
Brother.
I don't know if you want to. This is
why my statuses go up because it's stuff like this that they don't like to hear.
I kind of agree with him.
Mars about to win this episode.
I kind of agree. I know it's a lot of men up here today.
He
I'm
just dropped the grenade.
Listen, Peanut. I don't know if you want to start. You gonna have to come on live. You gonna have to come on one day to try to start that conversation because that's no accountability.
Now you said no females take accountability, but that's what it is. I hate women
say that.
What?
That females don't be holding this
because there'll be a bunch of excuses for why it's okay for what y'all did.
Nah, I don't think every female is like that.
Not every female.
But y'all try to say most of us are like that.
A lot of times.
Okay, well, I want to talk a little.
You know what it is? If y'all can resort back to it, it's like, no offense to none of the females, because I love my woman. You know what I mean? I got a mother, I got a daughter, I got sisters. I love them. But it's
what?
It's the Karen thing.
What do you mean when you say that?
Like, you see how we call white people when the white women do that
Oh,
playing
Karen.
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 Okay, yes.
Karen.
Karen. Okay.
It's the Karen effect. But you can't really call black women Karen, but they can do the thing because they're women. Now, what I'm saying is playing, because sometimes they be the aggressor in situations.
True.
But you can easily play the victim, and because it's the female, you can get away with it.
I guess I agree to an extent. I'm not going to totally say I don't agree, but I agree to an extent because a lot of men play victim too. A lot of men play victim.
But when a woman does not see that, I think that's the difference between a feminist and a womanist. Because you got feminists are the women who want to do the tough, you know what I mean, do the independent thing, but will play victim in a second. When they play the woman card, the woman, you know what I mean? And I feel like a womanist is somebody who is a woman and they're not going to pull a woman card because it's not about trying to get over on the situation by being the weaker party. It's about what's right.
Got it. I never looked at it like that, but it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't got too much to disagree with you about today.
I was just listening to
and Megan Thee Stallion. To be honest with that whole thing, I don't know. I'm kind of twisted about it. Like, I don't know of course, Peanut, the song she make is pure. You are right. That's most of the songs she make. Pure ratchet, it's always sexualized, things like that. And is that something positive that if it was positive, our daughters would be able to listen to it, but they can't, right? So I totally get what you're saying. I don't know. I don't look up to Meg Thee Stallion for empowerment. I'm sorry. Like, she's not, for me, not everybody else, but she's not, I don't put her in that category to look at her and say, you know what, she inspired me. The stuff she does, she does do things positive, but she's not somebody that I look at because she's dealing with the whole woman empowerment thing. That's not empowering to me just because the situation happened with her and Tory Lanez. Now, what I do respect is, regardless of what happened, she did speak up about it. And a lot of times women are told to not say nothing, are told to be quiet or whatever. So I do respect that part. But I don't look at her as somebody that, I don't know. I don't look up to her like that. I don't know.
The whole situation is iffy.
So
she is a victim and she did get shot. This nigga is a cornball for shooting her Tory Lanez. But like the way the whole situation
is really iffy. Really, you could tell it's some missing parts to it.
Missing parts to that.
Definitely on both ends.
It shouldn't have went the way it went.
Right.
He shouldn't have shot her. There shouldn't have been no fight. But it's all from and that's another thing that really going to, because we all know there's a system and there's systematic oppression, there's systematic racism or whatever. But like the whole colorism thing, I think colorism had a lot to do with that night.
That's a whole nother topic.
Ooh,
that's a whole nother topic. Ooh, that's a whole nother topic.
Being an upset black woman at the fact that the light skinned woman getting it's a lot that go into all of this.
The light skinned ones be jealous too. No?
They do. They do. Everybody be jealous of everybody.
I'm brown, so I never had to really I always was in the middle. Like, I never was like, oh, you dark skin, you light skin, you
I hate dark skin jokes.
We're not even about to talk about colors. That's another topic though, because that's some real life. Like, even with the kids that I was working with in the summer and stuff, I swear, even the boys, we did a whole topic on colorism, and it blew me away. But that's another topic. So Tim said, define social media whore, and then he said pictures you or your partner post, for example, half naked pictures that you and your partner post, or even post about relationships that should be private. So how do you define it? Before we go to the other comments, how do you define a social media whore?
Just attention, just looking for attention.
Attention seeker.
Yeah, attention. They post telling social media that they horny or posting half. But it don't even gotta be half naked pictures. It be women like to take seductive pictures and play innocent. And there's nothing wrong with taking seductive pictures, but you got to know what's going to come with. You got to know the attention you're attracting with the pictures you take. So it's the same thing talking about dudes with the guns and stuff. You got to know the attention you're attracting with the pictures you take. Because you could attract the attention of the police. You could attract the attention of people that's going to rob you. You're going to attract the attention of people that's going to try to, get over on you. Whereas with women, is you're gonna attract nasty, perverted dudes that want to see half
Right,
naked
trying to
women.
inbox you, ask you
Inbox
if you want
you, send you
$40.
penis pictures,
I got
all of that.
$40 for you. But what about the men that's posting them they little prints and always want to show up their
But that's
bodies and
because
stuff?
women
Like, what about
request
that?
Y'all want the women
So,
want that.
so men are not requesting women to dress like that? Are you trying to say that that's a one side? Because I don't know if I agree with you.
I think it was because it was always women have always done this, dressed like that and done that kind of stuff. This print stuff only happened within the last couple of years.
Nah. Men be on social media
being real open about
looking
it. That's
for
only been
nah. Men be on social media. They know what they doing. Just like you said, women know what they doing. Men know what they doing too. When they go up there and say, "I'm gonna post something in my boxers like I'm doing something else," but got boxers on. Like what? I see people do that all the time.
For real?
Are you serious? Yes, people do that all the time.
I'm just not looking for dudes who's doing that.
So Nate said if she making $10K a month off pics or videos, I'ma sit my behind down and help plan what we investing in.
Nate, you hear me?
Okay, but for how long, Nate? But for how long would you do that? That would be something that you would make a lifestyle. I mean, I guess to each his own. If that's what you want.
My boy Nate been thinking nothing but the truth.
Nate, you not.
He come on this podcast. Shout out to Nate.
Nate, you not coming up here because you acting up.
Nate.
No, so you said he said Tim said it used to be the same thoughts when someone poked you. No, Tim.
Yeah,
when
right.
Somebody poked you, that mean that they liked you. No. When somebody
I don't poke people that I ain't seen in years, and I'm poking them to get their attention.
Well,
it ain't been nothing about trying to like them until it turned into that. Until that's what the general consent. I stopped poking people.
So, Misha, hold up now, because I got some girls up here now that's commenting.
Okay.
Misha said, I agree as well. Misha, what do you agree with? Hey, Boop. And then, hey, Simone. What's up, girl? Sorry, I haven't seen her in a long time. So, Simone said it's no more originality on social media. Mm-mm. People have to go to the extreme to get noticed.
Yep.
Oh, that's what we talked about. Tim said, sorry, you guys. Tim said it's deeper than it appears because the music industry is a whole different beast that's controlled by people that don't look like us.
I'm telling you.
Oh, Tim, you want to talk about that, Tim?
That's how they got us moving the way they got us moving.
Yep. Look, Pina said, right, Web, a majority of females feel that way. I did nothing wrong mentality. It has to stop for real. You see my face, right, Peanut? Whatever. Peanut says she ain't no Lauryn Hill. Yeah, I don't agree with her. I don't look up to Meg Thee Stallion as empowering. I'm sorry. I like her music to an extent, but it's never something I'll even sit in my car and listen to. Like, might listen to the song on the radio, but like download her album. She alright, yeah, she alright, but it ain't about nothing. A lot of girls they rapping about the same thing. Yo, when we was younger, we had the Lauryn Hills, we had the knowledgeable stuff at least.
Even when Kim
it taught us things.
Exactly.
I mean, Kim,
even when she did talk the nasty stuff, she had other stuff that was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she had some little yeah, she did. So Pina said if she making money, it's okay.
Fine by me.
And Misha said that was 5 days ago. Girl, bye. What did you agree with? That's what we're asking. We read in the comments. That's what we do. Sorry I got to you a little bit late. We was all into the conversation. That was 5 days ago. So, social media, as we're learning, it can be a lot of positive and it can be a lot of negative. It can turn you into a social media whore. It can make you be someone that you're not. It can make you live in this fantasy and feel like you this whole celebrity person, and then when you really out in the world, you really feeling that way about yourself. And I feel like when you feeling that way about yourself, you ain't gonna work on the inner things that you need to work on if you want to get deeper with it, because it could get deeper. Like, you got this whole facade up, and behind the scenes, it's so many things that you need to work on. And also, Mocha said, what's up, Mocha? She said, facts. A lot of female rappers rap about the same thing. I agree. That's why I don't listen to half of them. Misha said she was agreeing with what Peanut said about Meg. Oh, yes. Okay, so that, you know what, Peanut? you kind of like you don't all the females that I just talked about up here that I just said what they wrote, they responded to. We all agree that we don't look at Megan Thee Stallion as someone as empowering. So you can't say that all of us think like that because we don't.
No, no,
When we know,
it's
we
not to say
know.
that y'all think about it, but it's like, imagine how many women do think like that.
Well, yeah, you do because
And what it's doing to us as people as a whole, it's bad. But it's dudes too, because
it's dudes too.
it's dudes is ignorant and into. I was watching they was talking about the two different types of, I guess you could say, cool, the different types of niggas. Let's say niggas.
Mm-hmm.
You got your zip coon, who's a dude. You got your black dude that bullies other black people.
Wait, your zip
You
cone.
got zip coon and Sambo coon. Now Sambo
Mm-hmm.
is the smiley, dancy black man for white people. That entertain white people.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the other type of nigga who is so mad at the situation going on, all he can do is pick on other black people.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He'll never show the same kind of attention or anger towards the white man or the system. But he'll pick on his other.
I got it. So you're just saying it's two different type of black men.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of them you kind of call him like a coon.
They both cool.
They both coons, but
Yeah.
one is like the happy one,
The
and then you got the one that picks
the one that
on
white
your
people
own
not
kind.
afraid of, and then the one that, yeah,
There, got it.
that they're also not afraid of because they know they're afraid of him, but they know that they got him under their control.
Okay, I agree.
I forgot what the point of me bringing that up was for.
I know. I don't know what
But it
your
was
point was,
something.
but it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Let's finish the comments before we almost done. So Tim said, because I just
Oh,
said,
music.
Simone just said something. Hold on, I'll read it, but I'm gonna read what Tim said first. He said the biggest
about
thing
music.
about social media we are forgetting is the media aspect.
The media
And
aspect of it,
historically,
yeah.
media has always been smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
And this just translated over to the web.
Yep.
Oh man, when you say it like that,
That's
Tim,
true.
that make a lot
That's
of
what I was saying
sense.
about the memes.
Because
earlier.
media, a lot of false
There's a lot
and
of
fake
news.
pretense.
There's a lot of false
Yeah.
and fake pretenses. It's a lot of misinformation and communication based on emotionals. on
Right.
emotions. And not everybody's smart enough to really figure out what their emotions mean because they're too busy feeling them.
Right. Okay, here goes Simone. She kind of make a point. She said, would it make a difference to people if they knew that Megan Thee Stallion was trying to go for her PhD? Would it make a difference to the same people if they found out in the eyes of Lauryn Hill's children she was a bad mom? That's... I know, for me, I do know that Megan is going for her PhD, and that is one thing I respect about her. But I still don't look up to her. Like, and for Lauryn Hill, when I was young, not so much now, but I could say that when I was young, like the music that was embedded in us, like that thing, that was speaking to both male and female. That taught us something. And word to me, to this day, I can still take those lyrics and I still remember them lyrics by heart that Lauryn Hill taught me, and it helped me learn some things growing up. And I could let my daughter listen to those lyrics with no problem. I don't have to edit nothing. I don't have to say, oh, the clean version. But when it comes to Meg Thee Stallion, any of her videos or anything like that, it's not as productive for me to sit down and say, hey, to my kids, listen to this encouraging, because as a woman that's empowering you, there should be something that I should be able to show females of all ages. It doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? So yes, she is going for her PhD. I respect it. I'm a college student. I've been, I does my thing when it comes to that. But, what she shows, she shows more of what she has to, the entertainment side. She shows more of the sexual side. And that's not to say that people can't do stuff, because I always have that conversation. People can still be who they are and still do positive things. I'm never, dismissing that. But I don't know. For me, I don't look up to her to be like she's empowering. Misha said, I'm not weak-willed, so I can listen to the music all day, but I'm not going to be like hot girl all this all day. Hot girl this, hot girl that all day. Right. And I like music. We all like ratchet music. No, we can't lie. It's all of us, male, females. We like some type of music that that's our culture. We do like that music to an extent, but to implement it in our everyday lives, no, not all the time. Self-hating. What do you mean when you say self-hating, Nate? And Simone, you talked about Lauryn Hill's kids. I've heard that as well. But see, Lauryn Hill was when we were younger. So when we were younger, of course, we weren't thinking about none of that, nor did we know that any of that was going on. But all we knew is that we could take from her music and we could actually utilize it in our lives, and we could learn from the stuff that she was saying because she taught us some things early on.
Mm-hmm.
So Simone said Lauryn Hill's first um, was, she said, it was with so much soul and life in her music, but behind the scenes her life was telling a completely different story. So I guess she kind of saying that's how social media is too.
Mm-hmm.
And that finally came to light. Prime example of social media and the entertainment industry will put their way to sway their selected audience. That's true, and I mean that makes sense when you say it like that. If she was living a whole different life, but up front it was different, then that's what we call capping.
Because if her kids are saying that, I'm pretty sure that it was probably because she wasn't there, or she probably had her own mental issues.
Yeah, which I think she did have some mental
and
health
that's a
issues
big
going
thing that
on.
happens in the black community.
Yeah,
that we also don't speak on.
Right, and
Because that's what creates the type of women and the type of men that have problems. Is they not to blame? I'm not blaming women. I'm not blaming single mothers, but it comes from not having the right. It not come from not having the right balance of things around to teach you life.
Right. And then we gotta realize too that our parents went through stuff and they might have issues and trauma and stuff too. And it could have been hard to raise us too. I mean, you gotta look at it like that.
And I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's what Lauren's situation was like.
Right. Because even I think she does have some things going on. But Pina said the system web. That's what you talking about. It affects all we do.
It affects everything we do. For real.
So Pina said we live through music, not through their real life. Look at R. Kelly. It took some people a long time to say they're not listening, and some just don't care. Even Michael Jackson is an example.
They did my boy Michael Jackson dirty. Rest in peace to Michael Jackson.
Meg is using what she got to get where she want. Nate, shut up. She is though. I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover. Cause I do agree.
Use that PhD when she get that.
But
you know what I mean, to get what she want.
Right, she might be using that money to pay off her PhD.
Will her music
her
change,
degree? Though? Will her music change?
Is that, you know what I mean? What are you going to do with that PhD?
Right.
That now you can put into your music on a positive.
Right. Because we do need some positive music from people like her. Like, I don't think we'll ever get a positive song from a Cardi B. Like, it'll always be. You think so?
Yeah. Cardi got positive music.
What song does she have that's positive? That's not.
I'm going to have to come back to you on that one.
You're going to have to come back to me. Yeah, wow. No. So
her first album wasn't bad.
What's up, Trap? How you doing? Peace. What's up?
Oh.
Just joining the live. We're talking about social dilemmas, social media dilemmas. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about as a person on social media. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like a celebrity when you get hundreds of likes? Do you feel like, do you live this facade? Do you live a person that, as a person that you really aren't, and you put this whole fake, you portray this person that you aren't for social media. You do it for, like they say, you do it for the gram. So we've been just elaborating on different things like that, even as far as people putting up drugs and gangs and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. So Mocha said Cardi B talk about real street.
You are late a little bit.
Yeah. Hi, Evilise.
Trap, what up?
Yup. And what did she say? Okay, sorry. Monica said Cardi talks about real life street stuff.
And she does.
So because she talks about the real life street stuff, it's something that you respect because you know you know about that life. It's something that you can relate to.
The bad and the ugly. So you can't. There is no. Finding out later what's going on. She gives it to you.
Well, no, I respect that.
I think when women do that kind of thing, there's accountability there because now she's taking accountability for who she is, what her past is. You know what I mean? And I like that kind of energy.
I agree with that. I do agree with a woman that could be real about hers, and you know what I say? I call it walking in a truth. That's what I call it. And a woman or a man that could walk in a truth and be able to tell their story and not be ashamed of what somebody else is gonna say. Like, that ain't clout. That's being real. I don't think that that's clout because you talking about the negative things you've done. the positive things you've done, and you shining light on that. Because honestly, a lot of times it could help somebody else that see your story. So I mean, on that level, I could say I still don't know if I look at Cardi B as empowerment, but I definitely respect that Cardi B is able to stand in her truth and speak her truth and not feel a way about it, and she gonna keep it pushing regardless to what anybody has to say. So I do respect that about Cardi B.
That's what I see. That's what I look at. Empowerment.
Trap
Stand
said,
true.
right. So Trap said, I get you. You can't tell who do it for the clout and who do it for the love. And peace to you, bro. He said peace, bro. You can't tell. I mean, you can't.
You can tell who do it for the clout and who actually do it because they're in love.
Right.
Like,
hi, Dr. Jackie.
I respect. Trap shows her. You know me, Trap. She just got married. Congratulations.
Right.
Bro.
Congratulations, Trap. You did just get married. Congratulations
you can
to
see
you.
the love there and him sharing his stuff.
Right. Hi, Dr. Jackie.
That's exactly why she's relatable. That's why I love her, because she doesn't care who likes her and who doesn't.
She is relatable. I do love that about her. I'm not gonna lie. I do love that because I feel like I can relate to her like that. Like, I'm a female. Like, I'm not perfect. I have a past. Everybody has a past. Everybody has skeletons in their closet that they might not want people to know about. But I'm one of them people. Like, I'm not afraid to walk in my truth. Like, I'll tell you about myself before somebody else could tell you.
And that's what people need.
Right, and that's what it should be.
That's what it should be.
It should be that way. But with social media,
I'm sharing the live. So
with social media, you welcome Trap. With social media, it's the false reality. And that's when people come up there and, like we said, they getting the likes, they getting all this attention, they thinking that they are like real, like, I don't know, I guess it boosts their self-esteem, but little do these people know that once that social media is gone, where you gonna get that self-esteem from? Where you gonna get that love from? Where you gonna get that confidence from? That comes from self. Hold up. What it say? Believing in yourself is where it starts. Like, I live by that because it's the truth. Like, okay, I'm on social media, so what? If I get 100 likes and tomorrow I get 1 like, why should that determine how I feel about Shantae or how I think about Shantae? It shouldn't. Social media should not be the platform for you to boost up, to boost up your level of confidence. Because, like a lot of people were saying, it could be fake. A lot of times that love, it could be fake.
You gotta know the difference between when people laughing with you and when people laughing at you.
Right.
Because then that's what creates the,
right.
You know what I mean? The disparity.
Right.
I guess you could say.
I want to talk about, Eva Lee said,
one white family lost their 5 kids to DCF chasing clout on YouTube. See?
Really?
And that's the type of shit that it can cause.
And that's another thing. People doing all this stuff on social media because they get paid for it, yo. But honestly,
what were they doing? What were they doing like on YouTube?
Yeah, what were they doing? But to me, it's not always healthy. Like, it's not always healthy to say, oh, we're gonna get this much money from doing this on social media, so let's exploit ourselves. Let's do this. Let's do that. All the time, it's not. I don't think that's a healthy thing to do.
Like boom gang. You don't want to be a boom gang.
Right.
You don't want to be.
Like they people. Even I see like right now Blueface. He has a house where like he got the girls doing it for clout, for social media, for the attention. He has like in his house like basically a bad girls club. Like they're in the house literally fighting. One of the girls' leg was broke. The teeth knocked out. It's like, so you doing all of that for clout to be seen. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure y'all girls not even getting paid money like that. But because you're with Blueface, you feel like you popping. So it's worth all of that for what?
Laughing at him.
Right.
He laughing.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing. I think it affects both sexes, but I think the attention aspect of it all affects men differently than it affects women. I think it affects women in a more negative way than it does affect. It affects men negatively too, but I think it affects women more negatively.
What do you mean when you say it affects? So how does it affect?
Even without social media, women like attention. Men like attention too, but women crave attention.
Parties,
yeah, women crave attention. When dudes crave attention, usually it's bad. When men crave attention, honestly, think about it. My bad. Whenever a female gets in a problem with dudes, it's usually dudes that like attention.
Trying to think about that. Say that again.
When women, I don't know. Maybe y'all can back me up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
because
when it's an issue with men, it's usually dudes that like attention, and the problem be them trying to get attention, trying to get clout, attention, You know what I mean? So it's like when a dude has that in him, it's a feminine aspect. I think.
So how do
Because
you feel
women
like
like
it's more
attention.
negative on the females?
So because they like it, because the attention thing is so much, you know what I'm saying? It can cause.
But a certain attention is not all attention
all
is not good attention.
But that's the thing. You can take all attention because it feels good, and women go on for feeling. I'm not trying
We're
to.
not about to start this logic.
Hey, it's Venus versus Mars, right? Right.
Right. Oh. Hey, bro, what's up, Uno? So Nate said you gotta know your self worth. I agree with that. You gotta know your self worth.
I can't talk.
What you say?
No, he really talking about the Bad Girls Club.
Oh,
it is interesting.
So Monica said on social media she tried to motivate youths, young adults in the community. She said it could get ratchet, which she needs to work on, but it's time to show the generation is more than the trap house and twerking. Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that with social media. I wanted to talk on one more topic before we. He said Web is not bluffing about the attention thing.
I'm telling you.
Peanut, but men, little do y'all know, or y'all might not think, men be wanting attention too. I mean, I could say probably it might come natural that females just, it might be something that come natural, but I know I don't fiend for attention. I'm a social person.
Yeah.
So I don't look at it as me. I don't know. I don't look at it like I'm feeding for attention. Like if I see Peanut or somebody I know them, it's all love, it's hugs. Like, does that mean because I gave him a hug that I'm feeding? I want him to flirt with me or I'm looking for attention? No, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. So give me an example.
I've seen
Hold on.
My mother relationships. Whenever I see
shut up, Mocha.
A dude don't. But we said that does not apply to all
women. Pastor Tracy said that does not apply to all women. Do not get it, Web. She said don't get it, Web. It don't.
It doesn't apply to all women. I'm not saying it applies to all, but the majority, it does, and it's like it really boils down to attention and wanting attention and the most. That's what I was going to say. The most healthy relationships I've noticed is when a dude don't really care about attention. Like we were saying, when they don't got a social media and they don't.
Right, I like that.